Hi, my name is Jose Montes and I'm the quality manager here at Campania International. Today we will be demonstrating how to assemble the FT132, our Williamsburg two-tier fountain. This demonstration will also be suitable for most of our tier fountains. As you can see here, we have all the components that will be necessary to assemble our fountains, so please do make sure to check for all that you have all the components before actually going through the assembly. Also included with the fountain will be the components for the pump kit, which will be the pump, and in this case it's some other tools necessary to assemble the pump kit together, and tubing. With this, we're going to start assembling our fountain FT132. Alright, we have leveled our first piece, which is the pedestal, right onto the ground, and we have assembled our pump onto the bowl, and we have left enough space in case we need to work with the pump at any time. Now that we have done that, we're going to take our plug here and we're going to put it through the hole in the pedestal, and it's going to come out the back on a channel that is provided in the bottom of this pedestal. So we just push it in and tip the pedestal enough so we can push all the cable down through and then pull it out the other side. We get as much as we can of this cable through and then accommodate it on that channel, and then you will need some assistance to bring this bowl on top of the pedestal. Once we put it on top, you leave it tipped so that you can finish pulling the rest of the cable through the hole, and now you can set it. And we're going to proceed with leveling this piece and then assembling the pedestal on. Okay, now we have assembled our basing onto the pedestal, and we have checked for that our bowl is leveled in cross-section wise. So now we're going to take our pump here, and I have already put the clamp at the end of the clear side of the tubing. There's non-king tubing and there's clear tubing here, and that clear tubing is going to go right over the pump, and we're going to clamp it down, make it nice and tight. Hand tight is good enough. And once we have that tubing assembled, then we want to make sure we stay within this circle in the pump. You want to keep it right there, alright? And after this, we will put our pump cover right over this piece. Make sure you put the tubing over it and get all your cables inside. And obviously you want to have your access towards whatever will be the back of the fountain in your case. After we have assembled this piece right on top, then we'll proceed to use the pedestal. Tubing once again goes through and then we just set it right on top and center it. Okay, now that we have done that, we're going to assemble the top bowl, the smaller bowl that will go right over here. Now we have a lot of excess tubing. Generally what you want to do is you want to keep that tubing, you want to push it down so that if you need to bring that pump outside of that pump cover, you have access to it with the tubing also. Otherwise, if it's your discretion if you want to cut it down and make it a little bit shorter. I'll put the clamp right on top of this, and we take our bowl, take the label off, Place that non-kink tubing as far up as you can. Then clamp it down. Once again, hand tight. Now you feel comfortable with it, you take the ear off of the clamp and you can keep it. You can always use a flathead screwdriver if you need to, if you lose the ear. And place it right on top of that piece. We have kept all of our tooling, and now we're going to proceed with the pineapple. Put the pineapple on top. And then we're going to check now for levelness on the fountain before we proceed to add water to it. Now we have demonstrated how our pieces go together all the way up to the pineapple. We're taking the pineapple out so we can show that our pieces are going to be level all the way up to the top. Alright, so we check it cross-section wise again, make sure that it's leveled. If need be, it's always preferable that we have these wedges available with the pumpkin. It's always preferable that we put them down here where there's going to be water and they're less likely to be seen. Now you could place a wedge right underneath this bowl, but it's going to be seen if you put it there. So it's always better to put it underneath here. In this case, we have leveled it, and you can see there's a wedge over here to make our fountain leveled. Alright, now we have assembled all of our pieces. We have made sure that it is leveled, and we're going to start running water on it. And then we're going to make sure that we like the flow that the fountain is giving us. And but if not, we can always adjust our pump. We want to go back to this pump cover here, and there's a dial on the pump. You just turn that dial and then adjust it to whatever desired level of water output you would like. See there how it's a much lower water output, or I can bring it up again if I want some more water output. Once I have done all of that, I place the pump inside the pump cover and take the door and put it where it belongs. Put some water over it to make sure that the flow is what we want. And this is the FT132 Williamsburg 2-tier fountain.